Today, I'd like to talk about the difference between a nonprofit's mission and vision. It's important to know your purpose today, also your goals for tomorrow. This is where defining clearly the mission and the vision becomes super important for a nonprofit. It is a fact that mission and vision are often mixed up in nonprofits and in organizations in general, I would say. But understanding the difference between your mission and your vision is essential to guiding a nonprofit towards success. So let's start by looking at what a mission is. So an organization's mission is what the organization does daily. It answers, what do we do? What do we do every day? The mission guides operational decisions, and it's also your organization's anchor in the real world. Your mission is really anchored in the here and now. The metaphor that I'd like you to think of when you think about the mission is like a table, and the tabletop is your mission, and your programs and services are what you do to accomplish your mission. So your mission is a table, and the table's legs, which support it, are your programs and services. Again, mission anchored in the here and the now, and what you do day in, day out in your organization. In today's video, we're going to look at a fictitious nonprofit called Connected Together. Connected Together is a community-based nonprofit organization that supports people dealing with isolation or living in precarious situations. So in Connected Together's example, their mission would be to break social isolation for people living alone or facing precarity by creating spaces for listening, support, and community involvement. As you can see with this mission, it is anchored in the what do we do every day. What Connected Together does is they aim to break they break social isolation for people living alone or facing precarity by doing these things, creating spaces for listening, support, and community involvement. What about the vision? The mission is anchored in the here and the now. It's anchored in what you do. The vision is where the organization wants to go. It is the organization's future aspiration. You see the difference between the mission anchored in the here and now and what we do daily? That's the mission. The vision is forward looking. What's our future aspiration? The vision, if we use the table metaphor again, if your vision is a table, the legs would be your strategic objectives. How are we going to get there? In Connected Together's example, we go back to our fictitious nonprofit. Their vision is a connected community where everyone, no matter their situation, feels seen, heard, and able to make a decision in their own environment. So let's come back and look at both the mission and the vision statement for our fictitious organization called Connected Together. As we said before, the mission to break social isolation for people living alone or facing precarity by offering spaces for listening, support, and community involvement. The here and now, the what we do every day. Whereas the vision of Connected Together is a connected community. We are striving to have a connected community where everyone, no matter their situation, feels seen, heard, and able to make a difference in their own environment. As we always like to do, we also share during our little videos pitfalls, risks, tips, and impacts. So the first one that I want to share with you is the first pitfall is to have a mission that's too broad or vague. The pitfall here is writing a mission statement that's too general or abstract, like promoting people's well-being, without specifying what exactly, for whom, or how. The risk here is you end up doing a bit of everything for everyone and anyone, without clearly knowing what falls under your mandate. It can lead to your team getting scattered, decisions becoming inconsistent, and funding applications losing credibility. So the tip here is to always go back to the three fundamental questions to determine your vision. What do we do? For whom? And why? And the possible impact here is a solid anchor, your mission, a solid anchor to guide decisions, clarify projects, and better define what your organization does or explain what your organization does. The next pitfall, the next thing that we see often is mixing up mission and vision. So the pitfall here specifically would be including long-term social transformation goals in your mission that actually belong in your vision, such as building an inclusive and equitable society for all. That's more related to a vision than a mission. The risk, if you mix up mission and vision, is blurring the lines. Your team might believe that the long-term vision is what you're supposed to achieve immediately, when actually it's really a long-term objective. The tip that I have for you here is to clarify the connection between mission and vision. Again, the mission is what we do now, today, to spark change, while the vision is what we hope to see emerge thanks to what we do now. The impact is stronger strategic coherence and a shared sense of progress for your team, all the while maintaining a motivating long-term direction. And last but not least, the pitfall of having a written vision, but that no one uses. The pitfall here is having a beautiful vision written in your documents, but no one remembering it. For example, your vision was drafted during a strategic retreat, then forgotten. It happens. So it means that your vision doesn't live in meetings or projects. The risk here is the vision becomes just a formality, and the team operates day to day without a compass, and even the board operates in its decisions on a day-to-day basis without a compass, and strategic decisions can lose their long-term meaning. You're moving, you keep moving along, but without knowing exactly where you're headed. The tip here is to make the vision part of the organization's active life and revisit it regularly. I go a little bit further here in my tips, concretely displaying your vision, using it as a starting point in strategic meetings, linking it to concrete objectives in, for example, action plans. The impact is having a vision that becomes a living tool that guides major directions, clarifies tough decisions, and keeps collective momentum going for your whole team, even when everyday challenges are very present and taking up a lot of your time.